Hello everybody, this is Rollo's Winterbrose, and in this video presentation called Now You See Me, Now You Don't, we're going to show you how to make some quick DUF files that you can use in your scenes to hide and unhide stuff really quickly, just using Daz Studio and no coding or programming required. You can see here we pulled up Daz Studio 4.10, and for this demonstration we're going to show you our latest product, the Dystopian Street Racer. We're going to use that for the demo. So we'll go ahead and load that in the scene and we'll show you how that works. We'll go ahead and pause while we get that loaded. You can see here we've loaded the Dystopian Street Racer, number one. This has got the it's got a passenger and a driver in it. We use the Genesis 8 female and Genesis 8 male. And actually this product, when it's released and you purchase it, they do include the two poses for those. So you don't have to do any adjustments to get them to fit right into the Street Racer. So now we're going to move on to another folder. We created us a folder under Scenes called My Property Changes. Let's go expand it out a little bit. And you can see we've already done some stuff in here. So what we're going to show you is what we did, and then we'll show you how to do it. So we have the default we saved first so that we could always get back to the default settings. And then, of course, we got Santa's Sleigh. So what you're going to do is for the item that you want to make changes on and save the properties differently, you'll select in the Scene tab, and then you'll go down here and you'll change whatever properties you want. But for us, we use the Surfaces tab because what we were doing was making changes to the different components of the actual model, like changing the colors or changing the opacity so things are hidden or not. So we'll go back up here. And what we did, you can see here for this Santa Sleigh simulation, we'll just go ahead and apply it. Oops, let me go ahead and, that was in name change mode. We'll go ahead and apply that to the Dystopian Street Racer. And as you can see, it hid a lot of parts and it changed some of the colors so that we have this futuristic looking Santa Sleigh by using the Street Racer. And what we did was actually, if we go down in here into the Services tab, you'll see here like engine right. You can see we changed the diffuse color to a red. Let's say the front end here, which is the chassis. We'll go down here. Let's see. Maybe I picked the wrong one. I'm sorry. That's the nose. For the nose here, you can see if we scroll down through these properties that we set it to a 0 so that you don't actually see it. Because we want to get this effect of a Santa's sleigh. So once you go through and make the color changes and change all the properties you want to get the actual look you want, like we did here, then you would go up here to the menu and you go File, Save As. Oop, let me get there. My mouse is, there you go. It's going to be a Properties preset because you're saving the properties that you just made changes for over in the Properties panel. So you would just click it, and it's going to pop up. And of course, you're going to save your you're going to select where you want to save it, what folder. Now we already created a folder for ours, so we're going to go ahead and browse there really quick. The new Daz Studio, it's under for Windows anyway. It's under User Public Documents, My Daz 3D Library. Of course, we went ahead and used the Scenes folder, the default Scenes folder, because we like that, and we made this one called My Property Changes. And here it is. This is the one we saved. So you would just click it, and we're just going to go ahead and save over it because we want to see what happens. Yes, we know it's there. So you're going to get this pop-up menu. Now, you can use it just the way it is by default. You got this compress option down here, which if you think you might want to look at it, make some manual adjustments to the actual the DUF file. We suggest you would unclick that so you can actually open up in a text reader like Notepad or WordPad. We prefer WordPad because the line feeds and carriage returns are properly set up. And then you can go through and you can check any other items in here if there's any things you don't want to include. But for our demonstration, we basically just left it at the default because we had it selected up here in the Scene tab. And then that's what we're going to use. And we just go to uncompress. So of course, what we'll do, we're going to start this over. So you can see the change in the thumbnail that you get is going to be whatever's seen in the Scene tab. And if you set it up in a 1-to-1 setting, you'll get a better picture of it. So what we're going to do is we'll change this so you can see it actually change up there in our scenes. And we'll just leave it like that with a little overlap. And we'll go ahead and do this real quick since it was pretty easy. Save As, Properties Preset. We're just going to overwrite that one. That's fine. There it is. And we're just going to go ahead and uncompress again. And we're going to say accept. And once it gets saved, you'll see this thumbnail up here, update to match the actual. There you go. So now we've saved it. It's actually a properties preset. So you'll see the little properties overlay up there. For some reason, when you don't, like we imported these other ones from another machine we worked on, so it doesn't always tag them right. Sometimes, though, if you want the tag to be there, like for properties, you can just apply it to the model and resave it. But you don't have to, it's fine. And of course, we recommend you go ahead and save a properties preset before you make the changes, so you can always revert back, which we did. We called this one the DSR1 default. And you can see we got the Santa sleigh over here, so we'll go ahead and just apply this one to it. And you see it turned it back to the normal default. So if you have an item in a scene that you're going to make changes to, we recommend you save the default version first, then save the one that you want, and then again, and you can save these and share them with family and friends, because they don't actually include the model. They'd have to have the model for these to work properly. Of course, that was kind of a large scale one, so we'll show you real quick how if you wanted to, let's say, hide or show a top on a model, you could do that. So you can see here that we've loaded the Genesis 2 female, and she's already dressed in the basic wear, and we got to load it into the scene. And you could use the exact same method. So what we're going to do is, since we're going to post this on YouTube, we're going to basically turn the girl all the way around. So what you would do is, like if you wanted to hide or show the top, you can see here, we'll just take the top, go down here to the Surfaces tab, and we'll just go ahead and turn the opacity. Oh, I must have scrolled past it, sorry. We'll turn the opacity all the way down to hide the top, and you'll see it go away. Hang on a second. Let me backtrack on this, and we're going to reset the lighting. Oh, that looks much better. So here we're going to start this over. So we're going to select the top, and we'll go down here to the Surfaces tab, and we'll just take and we can set that all the way off, and you can see the top has disappeared there. So then again, all we got to do is we still have that select and scene tab. We can go here to File, Save As. Oop, missed it again. Sorry about that. A Properties preset. There you go. We're going to call this on Hide Top. You can call it whatever you want. And you put it in a folder somewhere you want that you can find it. But don't forget the thumbnail is going to set up the same way you have it set up in the scene. And we'll go in here. This time we actually see top because it's parented to something. I think when we did the dystopian street racer, since it was the root node, it didn't have the choice here. But it did have other choices. And the same thing here, you can go through here and make any selections you want to adjust it. We recommend just use it as it is if you got what you want looking in the scene. Uncompressed is better if you might want to edit it. If not, you don't want to see what was done, you could just use it compressed. It's not going to make a difference. It'll function the same. It just matters if you want to manually adjust the file later, the DUF. So we'll go ahead and click accept, and you can see here it changed it in the our little content library over here, and it's called we called it hide top. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn that opacity back on, and then we'll save this again as show the top. Just to demonstrate that how it actually works, we'll pick property preset. We'll just call this one show top. We'll overwrite the one we did previously. Go ahead and accept, and there it is. So now that we got the Genesis 2 selected here, you can see we'll just go hide top by applying that. I'm sorry, didn't had to select the top, and there it goes hide top. See, it hit it, and to show the top, we can show it again. And you could use this same method with hair or any other kind of things that are on a model inside Daz Studio to make it easier for you to work with. So if you have certain favorite items you like to use, props and such things, you can create your own folder and put those props in there, and then you can put your own show and hides as you prefer to make them happen that way. We hope you enjoyed this video presentation and kind of like our new dystopian street racer that we showed in the presentation, and maybe learn something how to hide and show things without having to do any coding. You can save your own files right there within Daz Studio, and it'll speed up hopefully your workflow. Have a great day.